What's going on, everybody? You guessed it, It is your boy, Trey Sense, aka LL Cool Trey, in the building. So, you know by the title what we're talking about here. It may not be what you think. So the title says, how to become the sexiest smelling man alive. So before we get into that, I need something from you. I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. I need you to keep checking in and be active in the comment section. And if you haven't, I need you to sub to the channel. We are so close to 5,000 subs. It's not even funny. I think we're 132 away. So let's get that. I think we can knock that out before the month of September. I think we can get 132 subs. I mean, yours may be the one sub that puts us over the mark. And when we get to 5,000, I think I'm going to figure out a way to do a giveaway. So let's get to 5,000. So the title, how to become the sexiest smelling man alive. Well, it's not what you think. It's not by one particular thing or one particular fragrance. Let me say this too. For those of you who may be stumbling upon my channel for the first time, what we do here is we talk about fragrances and things fragrance related. We don't do it maybe in the typical style of most reviewers. We do it sort of in a reviewer / podcast type of format. So most of my videos are at least 15 to 20 minutes long. That's just how I roll. I'm not a quickie type of guy. I puts it down. You dig? I puts it down. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So, back on track. It's not one particular thing. It's not one particular thing. It's a series of things that are going to help you become the sexiest smelling man alive. Okay. The first thing comes kind of in two formats. It's hygiene. It's personal hygiene, and it's sort of a clothing hygiene. As the old folks used to say in the South, you gotta wash your butt. You gotta wash your butt. I mean, it's that simple. You gotta wash all the cracks and crevices of things that are going to smell bad. Your beards, your hair, your balls, your butt, your underarms, for us big guys, your underbelly. Tip for the big men. I have very sensitive underarms, so I use a lot of women's deodorant, but I will rub that stuff when I get out of the shower. I will rub it under, my little belly, under my. I use it all over. Any place that I think I may sweat and have moisture that could possibly cause a problem, I use it. I use it there. I use it. That's one thing that you can do. You've got to keep your hygiene clean. That includes your nails. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go to the nail salon and get your nails done, but if you so choose to, so be it. But you can't be walking around with dirt and caked up junk up under your fingernails and your cuticles all bit up. And I mean, people, whether it's fair or not, people do pay attention to that kind of thing. You don't have to look like, a mannequin man or anything like that, but you do need to keep a good appearance and a clean appearance. You need to smell clean, but before you can smell clean, because it doesn't matter what fragrance you put on, if you're putting it on funk on top of funk, it doesn't work. You're gonna be walking around here like Parliament and the Funkadelics, and it's just gonna make whatever fragrance that you have smell awful. So that's one thing. Keep your personal area clean. Again, I keep a beard. I keep my beard washed, and I keep my beard moisturized. And for you guys with longer beards, I know me and Cheapo was talking about this. He was talking about how his used to get dry up under there. So he got him a beard regiment, a beard routine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. As we age, we need certain routines. We need a skincare routine. We need a certain, way to wash your face and moisturize your face. And I know some of you are probably going, moisturize your face, that's a little much. Hey, self-love is the best love, and self-care is a part of loving yourself, and it all is a part of hygiene and smelling good. You gotta brush your teeth. You gotta brush your teeth. So we've covered taking a shower, washing the essential areas. We've covered getting a skincare routine, or at least a proper hygiene routine. And another thing, soap is one of the cheapest things that you can buy. And it is such a compliment to your fragrance game. I've known people that just use soap and shower gel as their scent, and it works for them. It's funny because I just got back from vacation and I did a video with Cheapo. He and I stood in the section with the soaps and shower gels for 15 minutes, just picking up different bars of soaps and smelling them, and different body washes. That stuff is dirt cheap. Again, soap and shampoo is one of the least expensive things that you can buy, and it does help with your fragrance game tremendously, especially if you learn how to pair certain styles of body washes and soaps with certain fragrances and certain deodorants. It just takes your fragrance game to the next level. So you got to have you a skincare regimen, a soap and shampoo type of regimen, and that type of stuff is really inexpensive. $4 or $5 for a bar soap that smells great is nothing. Good smelling beard oil is nothing. All of that stuff is extremely cheap, and it will help your fragrance game. And again, wash the essential areas, brush your teeth. Number 2, and just as important as number 1, this is all a part of hygiene, your clothes. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and women pay more attention to what you have on as opposed to, let me rephrase that. Women pay more attention to how you wear what you have on than they do the name of what you have on. It doesn't matter what the name of it is. If you're wearing it wrinkled and slouchy, if you're wearing it dusty, dingy, grimy looking, it doesn't matter if it's Versace. It doesn't matter if it's dirty and dingy. So if you're gonna wear jeans, you gotta take the time to put a little heat to them, put a little starch on them. You ain't gotta be, fresh dressed, pressed from head to toe. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, but more importantly, whatever you put on, whether it's just, because I've seen guys pull hundreds of women with Vans, jeans, and a t-shirt. But everything was clean, everything looked buttoned up, everything looked fresh out of the pack. Clean. Your shoes. They don't have to be Jordans. They don't have to be Air Max like I like. They don't have to be, $150, $200 shoes, but they need to be clean. Like, honestly, you can get everything you need, all the gear you need from Walmart. The pants, the shirts, the soap, the fragrances, the toothpaste, you can get it all at Walmart. And if it's clean, you're gonna be just fine. Even your fragrances, you can get them at Walmart, whether it's body spray or whatever. It's about the totality of it all. It's about the presentation of it. Because at the end of the day, the cologne don't make the man makes the cologne. How you wear everything is going to help you, again, in the long run, become sexiest smelling man alive. So we've covered personal hygiene, which, washing and brushing, which all of us should be doing anyway. And then we've covered more of a physical hygiene. Like, you ain't gotta have 50,000 pairs of shoes. Just make sure that the ones that, when you're stepping out, just make sure the ones that you got are clean. Get your little wet rag and some spray and just wipe them off. Simple. I mean, again, you don't have to look like, you've stepped straight out of GQ magazine. Just look presentable. That goes a long way. Thirdly, we talked about a regimen for your hygiene. We talked about, your nails and stuff like that. We talked about skincare. You also need a regimen for your fragrances. So part of what will help you with that is getting yourself some stuff like some JB's butter, some JB butters. This stuff right here, this is Egyptian amber, and you see I'm almost done with this one too. That's Egyptian amber. This is a great one for the fall. One of my favorites that I got from him, I went through over the summer. Between the spring and the summer, I went through it. It was YSLY. It just goes with all the aquatics. I think this is Baccarat. I took it on my trip, and there you see it. It's, you know, because I use this stuff every day, because it moisturizes my skin and it gives the fragrance that I spray on something to stick to and something to hold on to. It helps it. That's fresh out of the shower, after the teeth is brushing. I also take this stuff and I rub it in my beard, and it helps just moisturize the beard, because this is shea butter. So even if you don't want JB's butters, get yourself some good non-scented lotion or some good non-scented shea butter, put it on your skin and spray on your fragrance. I do recommend that you get something with a little bit of a scent to it. I've gotten so many compliments from wearing this stuff with just different fragrances. And you know, there's people that come through my line at work and it's just like, it is so funny. They're just like, he always smells so good. He always smells so good. And I just laugh like, yeah, you know, because I have a routine. And that's part of what helps me become the sexiest smelling man alive, is the fact that I have a routine. So we've talked about keeping yourself clean and groomed. Y'all know I'm at the barbershop every week. It's gonna be 3 weeks before I get my next haircut. It'll be 3 weeks because I was out of town. Now my barber's out of town, so I gotta wait one more week. It's about to kill you, boy. But I'm letting the beard grow out a little bit. It's good for it. But a skincare routine, a hygiene routine, a routine for your clothes. Some people just use fabric softener and wash their clothes in some really good fabric softener, and they smell good. Whatever you do, again, it's all about how you present it. Make sure you understand the fragrance don't make the man makes the fragrance. And lastly, but not least, in your journey of becoming the sexiest smelling man alive, it's not about how much you pay for the fragrance. It's not about where you get the fragrance. It's not whether it comes from TJ Maxx, Nordstrom's. It's not whether it's niche, indie, independent, you know, it doesn't matter. Designer, you know, clone house, it doesn't matter where you get the fragrance. And I'm going to use Cremo, for example. This is, what is this? Silver Water and Birch, which is a, and I'll probably make this my scent of the day tomorrow, which is a Creed Silver Mountain Water clone. Does it smell good? Mm-hmm. It smells amazing. Does it smell like Silver Mountain water? Mm-hmm. Very metallic, and this is a $14 to $15 fragrance when you can find it. I think $22 was the max when you were getting it at Walmart, places like that. But if you found it at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, it was $12 to $14. And it smells amazing. So if it's not about picking a certain fragrance, what is it about? It's about picking a fragrance that works best with your chemistry. To bring it into layman's terms, or to frag head term, signature scent. Signature scent. It's about finding a fragrance that works best with your body chemistry. Because I can sit here and tell you all day long that this smells great, and you may spray it on your skin and it turns into a chemical abomination. All I can tell you is that it smells good on my skin. And it does. It's just like some people will wear a fragrance and be like, I didn't get it. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. One of my favorite fragrances is Dolce & Gabbana, the one, EDT. Yes, I have the EDP, and the EDP does well. But so does the EDT on my skin. I have no problems. I get at least 6 hours out of that joint. Especially if I spray it on like cotton, like a hoodie or something. Oh, it's with me all day. It's with me all night, and it smells amazing. Now some people are like, oh, I don't get but 2 hours. Hate it for you. Maybe I got a special batch, but mine goes all day long. And it's a beautiful scent on me. That's the same thing with oud fragrances. I am not afraid to wear any oud fragrance at any time of the year. I will wear oud, and it is some of my most complimented fragrances. I wore Egyptian amber with Mancera's black line and went to the doctor. Man, before I could get out of there, I had 3 or 4 compliments. I had 3 or 4 compliments. So last but not least, in how to become the sexiest smelling man alive, pick a fragrance that works best with your body chemistry. Or try some oils. Try some oils. Use those as layering tools. You got to find a special place to buy your oils. I get mine from a gas station. I hadn't stopped in there in probably about a year. I need to just stop in there one night when I'm getting off work and just see what they got out there. I bet you I can find a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 up in there now. But and the thing about the oils, if you find one that you like, my recommendation, because I've had this one for about 5 years, my recommendation is to get 2 or 3 of them. That way you can use one at the time and you can put one of them back and just let it sit. Because I could put this in my car. That's how thick that oil is. And the thicker that oil is, the longer it stays on your skin and the better it performs. And the better it smells. This stuff right here, this is Tom Ford Fabulous. And this stuff is so potent and so strong. It doesn't take but just a little bit. But I've also allowed it, and I've got 2 or 3 of these. I've also allowed it just to sit and mature. So how do you figure out your signature scent? Well, you sample. You buy samples, you get samples, you buy decants. I've offered many times to you guys, hey, you know, if you want a decant, hit me up. And most of y'all don't take advantage of it. Some of y'all have. Most of you haven't taken advantage of it. I guarantee you the prices on my decants are gonna be cheaper than you can get them anywhere else. And understand, I'm not trying to make a living selling you decants. That's not what it is. What it is an opportunity to put a little bit of money back in my pocket, and I may get, depending on the decant, I may get $15 shipped. And you gotta consider, I gotta take packaging, the price of packaging out of that, and the price of shipping comes out of that $15. You know what I'm saying? So I may clear, at the end of it, I may clear $8. So it's not about getting rich. It's about giving you an opportunity to smell something, you know, not pushing anything down your throat, but it gives you an opportunity to smell something before you buy it and sample it. Everybody wants, you know, samples of this stuff, Parfums de Marly or Harriet or, you know, stuff like that. But it's a lot of good fragrances that you could sample. And you may find your signature scent that way. Your signature scent doesn't have to be, you know, this super expensive or explosive fragrance. It doesn't have to be Harriet or Parfums de Marly or Sedley, you know. It doesn't have to be that. It could be something, it could be Calvin Klein CK1 if that's what works for you. It could be Cool Waters if that's what works for you. It could be Halston. You know, whatever works for you. It could be Cremos, Silverwater, and Birch, because, you know, that smells good. But find one that works best with your body chemistry. And the reason for that is because I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back. The fragrance don't make the man makes the fragrance. You want to spray on something that when you spray it on, it invokes your confidence. It makes that chest go up, that head go back, you know, shoulders up, and you walk in there and you feel like, man, I look good because I picked out a nice outfit and everything is nice and clean and buttoned up the way it should be. I got nice shoes on, whether they boots, you know, electric slides, as the boy Goldie say, whether they, you know, tennis shoes, loafers, whatever. They clean. Your jeans are clean, your slacks, your joggers, whatever, your t-shirt, whether it's a $9.99 t-shirt that came out of Burlington that's got a karate dude on it or whatever. I got a big old teddy bear sipping a slushy. And you know how they sell some of them crazy stuff, talking about time to chill on there. Whatever, as long as it's nice, neat, and clean. So you've taken time, you've gotten your hygiene right, you've washed your butt and your balls. You've brushed your teeth, you got your hair game on point, you got your nails game on point, you've taken care of your skin, you've put on your JB Butters, you picked out your outfits, your shoes are clean, right? So now you're gonna, you know, if you like accessories like I do, so you're gonna put your accessories on. So now you've picked out your fragrance. If you go into your signature scent, whatever, that's your move, spray it on. And it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna be like, and they're gonna say little comments to you like, I knew you was here. I'm like, why? Because I smelled you when I walked in. And that's their way of saying, ooh, you smell good. They may not tell you that you smell good, but that's their way of saying, boy, you smell good. that lets you know you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So it's a series of little things that you're gonna do to help you become the sexiest melon man alive. It's not just one thing. And I'll give you an example. This is so funny. You know, I went to Florida and met up with Grown Man Styles and the Fragrant Life. I went to Texas and I met up with JP and I met up with Manuel from Manuel's House of Aromas. It's so funny because none of us were just dressed to the nines. We were all comfortable because we knew I think Grown Man had on a t-shirt and some khakis and some Vans. Cheapo had on a t-shirt, some jeans, and some jean shorts and some Jordans. You know, I had on a pink V-neck t-shirt and some camouflage joggers. I didn't even take any of my, I did take one pair of Air Max. I did have on my solid black Air Max. And with JP and Manny, when I went out there, I think Manny had on a polo and some jeans. And JP had on, like, as it was December, JP had on, I think, a hoodie and some joggers and some Jordans. I say that to say none of us were dressed to the nines, but the one thing that each one of us had in common is everything that we had on was nice, fresh, and clean. Nobody was dingy. Nobody was cruddy looking. And that's a part of this thing in fragrance. That's a part of it. That is a part of it. Your physical appearance is going to complement your fragrance, just like your fragrance is going to complement your physical appearance. They go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. You know what I mean? That's just the way that it is. Perfect example. If we were to take you and put you on the sidewalk, even though you just got there, if we took you and put you on the sidewalk and dressed you like a homeless man, when people walk by you, they're going to perceive that you stink. Even though we just put you there, it's all makeup. That's going to be the perception. You dig what I'm saying? So if you look like you clean and you care about your appearance and you take care of yourself and they get just a whiff, they're going to be like, smells good. And one of the number one questions that people ask me when they ask me about a fragrance is, other than you got Baccarat and you got Creed, is it expensive? Because they can't figure it out. They're like, it's probably expensive. So there you have it, man. There you have it. Just some quick, easy tips to help you become the sexiest. Well, the second sexiest, because I mean, you know who holding down that number one spot. You know who holding down the number one spot, but yeah. But anyway, just a few little tips, man. Get yourself some JB Butters. Get yourself some JB Butters, for real. Get yourself some. Going into the fall, this Egyptian Amber, I think it's good. If you still live in a warmer climate, I do recommend Egyptian Amber and the YSLY. I do recommend those two. Phenomenal. YSLY goes with so many different scent profiles that it's just beautiful. So get yourself some JB Butters. Use code TRAY5 to get yourself $5 off. And even if you don't use code TRAY5, at least let JB know, hey, I'm here because of Trey. You dig? Just let him know. Trey, I'm here because I saw Trey's video. You dig? Email will be in the description below, and you can find him on Facebook. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get off of here and get me some rest. That's another thing that will help your fragrance regimen. Is getting some sleep, so you don't look old and tired. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Again, thank you all for being the biggest part of this channel. The end of this video, this will probably be the last video in the month of August. I know it will, because football season starts Saturday and this will go Friday. Go Irish. I can't believe the season's already here, but anyway. You guys have made this the most successful. I set a record in July. We blew past that in August within like 15 days. We had blew past the record that I just set, that we just set in July. So I appreciate you guys tremendously, man. Tremendously. The channel has grown so much, and yeah, so I'm gonna do my best to keep the content coming, and y'all keep tapping in, letting me know where you are watching from. Now, with that being said, I am going to get off of here, do a little bit of editing, and get this video up so you can see it. Happy Friday. Let's start the weekend. Hope your team wins, unless you're Texas A&M fans. Sorry, guys. You can win next week. But with that being said, go Irish. Have a great, great weekend. I love you all. May God bless you all. And hey, do your best to smell good. Peace.